time. 1 year ago today, the lives of millions of Ukrainians changed forever as Russia launched a ground invasion and airstrikes against their country. As of this month, the UN Refugee Agency estimates more than 8 million Ukrainians have fled the country. Approximately 200 refugees have made their way to Kansas, 25 here in Wichita. And you may remember we spoke with a Kansan living in Ukraine when the invasion began. KSN's Hannah Adamson spoke with him today. She shares his thoughts 1 year later. It's new at 10 tonight. Hannah?
Jeff, Mickey Caesar is originally from Lawrence, Kansas, and has extended family here in Wichita. The English teacher says he chose Ukraine as the perfect place to further his career and loved it so much he stayed for 11 years. When Russia invaded Ukraine, however, he quickly realized he had a target on his back, not only because he's from the U.S., but also because he's a Navy and Army veteran, forcing him to leave almost everything he loved behind.
Waking up in the morning to bombs and everyone trying to get out, trying to understand what was going on, I was essentially in a state of shock.
On the day Russia began its invasion of Kyiv, Mickey Caesar's work supervisor made arrangements to get him to safety.
She said, if you can get to the west side of the city by 4 o'clock, I can get you a ride.
With public transit down, Caesar tried to get a taxi when suddenly...
That's when the government issued a 36-hour curfew. So I became trapped.
For the next 2 nights, Caesar endured what seemed like a barrage of bombs going off just miles away from his apartment.
It was scary. I slept in the hallway. I had taped up and put blankets over my windows.
After the curfew was lifted, Caesar was left with no choice but to walk 6 miles in the snow to the nearest train station, carrying only a backpack of essentials and his cat.
There were militiamen with guns, automatic weapons, insisting women and children only. So it took me 11 hours before I could find a place on the train.
After a grueling 12-hour train ride to Lviv, Caesar made it into Poland on foot. But his journey was far from over.
I eventually made my way to Krakow, Poland, where I met a young German couple who gave me a ride to Berlin, where one of my friends from Kansas University lived, and she sheltered me.
Caesar returned to the States in June 2022, but he says his heart is still in Kyiv.
When I see the damage done now, it breaks my heart every day.
Caesar currently resides and works in Omaha, Nebraska as a teacher. He hopes one day to return to Ukraine and says he and his Ukrainian colleagues are grateful for what the U.S. has done to show support for the war-torn country. Here for you, Hannah Adamson, KSN News 3.
Hannah, thank you.